Hey everybody, this is Dan from Valar Morgulis. All men must die. Today we'll be talking a little bit about hog riders, the mechanics, specifically momentum, and how to be a better hogger in general. And a lot of this is just understanding the math behind it, because if you're a guy that's like thrown down 36 hogs, you brought 4 heal spells, and you looked at a base and you're like, psh, you just mass hog it, this wins. And suddenly it didn't. Maybe a single giant bomb put some devastation on you, or maybe just the fact of attrition happened, and you threw them all down the same spot. So we will find out why that is a terrible, terrible thing to do, and why you shouldn't do it. See, hogs are like a very unique ground unit. It's the only unit that kind of like bypasses everything. They hop over walls, they ignore all funneling. They're a really effective unit, and they don't have anything to support them, such as like air attacks, like lava hounds. So they're kind of on their own, and they really don't have the health to survive anything. And you have to really use heal spells to be good at it. But 4 heal spells doesn't necessarily mean a beat base. In order to be better at Clash of Clans, we need to understand this here is a game of numbers. Let's go check out those numbers. Here we have the Wikipedia page, and I think there's some really good numbers to take away from this page. One is a movement speed of 24, an attack speed of 1 second, and a damage per second of 105 and hit points of 475. These numbers are very important. I don't know exactly where the movement speed of 24 is derived from as some sort of unit mechanic chart, but all you need to know is for hogs to move 3 to 5 tiles, which is roughly from one defense to the next, it's going to take them like 2 seconds. And then they have an attack speed wind up of a full second. So at best, a hog is going to take 2 seconds to arrive at defense, and then a second to actually hit it. Defenses don't have any wind-ups, so if an archer tower, you fall into the range of an archer tower or cannon or something like that, it's going to do its damage of 75 damage per second right away. Hog, on the other hand, Hog Rider, he's going to take 3 seconds to do anything for that defense. Anything. So a full 3 seconds happens on a 75 DPS. You're looking at 225 damage into the hog. Well, let me go check their hit points. Oh, 475. What chances are with 105 damage per second, and each second they actually do this, you're probably not going to have 10 hogs on a single defense. You're probably going to have like 5, 6, 7. It's going to take 2 seconds for them to beat a defense. One of these point defenses, such as archer towers, cannons, Teslas. It's going to take you like 2 seconds. So for 4 seconds of uptime, a hog rider is nearly killed. So you almost lose a hog rider for every single defense you arrive at. That is like, that's crazy. Dude, I mean, how many defenses are on a base? I didn't even count, 12 greatly threatening defenses, because you're going to have the 2 X-bows, you're going to have all the archer towers, you're going to have wizard towers. They're somewhat threatening. The cannons, it's just, these are really important numbers. So already I'm looking at this, I'm like, whoa, let me go back to my Laloon strategy, because hog riders are garbage, because they nearly kill themselves every time they bump into a giant bomb. Spring traps kill them. You almost just want to be like, I just want to loon a base. You don't want to mess with this. But honestly, as a primary hog user, I think you can really hog any kind of base in the game if you just understand how they're used. Now we're going to go to a replay here. Get rid of this. Go to replay here, and I meant to feature Memory in my last war recap. He's one of our new members. Unfortunately, the Halloween update ended up deleting all of my videos, all my replays that I was going to feature. But I really like this guy's hogging game. He is attacking a maxed out Town Hall 9 with okay heroes, and we already threw a few good attacks at this. And he's this is a 25-man war. He's number 20. He's a brand new Town Hall 9. He has max hogs, mediocre heroes, probably low-end heroes for the most part, and he doesn't even have max rank heal spell, and he's only bringing 2 in order to beat this kind of base. All he's doing is a shattered go-ho. There's nothing fancy that's going to happen here with this kind of strategy. Just bring a couple golems, get your funneling going. Yep, pretty standard phase one. However, his like phase two of his attack, where he only has 26 hogs for this actual attack. 26 hogs, and he's going to use two giants that are level 6 to soak defenses as the hogs go in. And what's important to understand here is how the hogs are actually being deployed, because they attack things like air sweepers, they attack things like air defenses. Those things are not going to be threatening at all, and it's going to break down that momentum that we're going to be using to beat this base. So we need to understand, I think the hogs go down right now. So at 150, the hogs start entering the board. 150 left on the replay. The hogs start entering the board, and our little cleanup wizards on the outside, they're all going to get murdered. But, whatever. I think the Archer Queen stays up, so we got a good cleanup troop. It goes down 150, and they're roughly 7 tiles on out. So let's think. If I already told you 3 to 5 tiles for 2 seconds, what do you think 7, 8 tiles is going to be? 3 seconds. Boom, they arrive on target. 147. The Archer Queen ended up finishing off the Archer Tower, but that's fine. So we got a nice pack of hogs here. 6 hogs went in. 6. So we have 600 damage per second. About to attack a mortar. Mortars are not threatening defenses for hogs. Air defenses, not threatening defenses for hogs. So you really only got to worry about all these exterior point defenses all over this base. These things are the first things hogs are going to enter upon and be killed by. Now, there's actually Teslas in the small gaps that we need to worry about. They have a nice high 87 damage per second. They rapidly target, do respectable damage, and it even causes the hogs to stutter a little bit as they rise from the ground. Again, slowing our momentum. And as the hogs will transition in a crescent, not crescent, clockwise fashion around the space, they will get hung up on like dumb stuff. Like they're gonna attack these black expos, thousands of hit points there. The air sweeper, the air defense is just gonna really slow down this attack. But he just leads them in. He's just laying them down. Sets of I think 8 just went in. Then there's 3 for this Archer Tower over here. A little giant to bring that bomb. Like I said, this was a cleanup attack. This was probably our 3rd or 4th attack in the space. We had some issues. And finally, our first heal spell goes down just because we're going to counter a bomb here. But these are level 5 heal spells. They're not even that good, guys. But our hogs are bringing that pacing, that momentum. He's trying to focus down all the nasty stuff, but not shorthand himself on the interior hogs, because you're going to need enough hogs to really punch down those black expos and to clean up all your hogs that were attacking, air defenses and stuff. But this attack probably couldn't get more efficient than what he's doing right here, and he's still losing hogs. He loses a hogs I think a hog every 3 or 4 seconds in this replay. He's still losing hogs, but he brought enough for him to get the job done. And then here at the end, just because they were going to get hung up on the air defense and the expo, he has the last hog. But he, I think, still has 15, 18 hogs still on the board. I can't do a proper head count right now. But, he brought 26 to the fight, and he nearly has all of them. This base was so poorly designed, didn't even have spring traps. But even if it did, he would have still beat this base. This is a max Town Hall 9. He understood the damage incoming and was still able to come out on top. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Using hogs to attack the threatening defenses. You don't have anything like a Lava Hound. You got to understand they get hung up on non-threatening elements. But if you can take out the threats, you understand the numbers, they're little glass cannons. Take out the threats, eliminate the threats, you've beaten the base. And you can literally hog everything. And that's it. Alright guys, this is Dan from Valor Morgulis, signing off.